they don't get any funding.
Okay, council, any other questions for Ms. Sonia? Okay, we've got a motion and a second. With that, we're gonna call for a vote, so I'm gonna ask a show of hands. All in favor of the motion on the table, please raise your hand. I see two. All against, please raise your hands.
But I'll be there.
Okay, all right, do that one more time, please.
Why do you
All
still have
against,
to
please
vote?
raise your hand. I'm not seeing. Okay.
What
This
do
is
you
against.
vote? Against?
Against, yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Again, I'm sorry, I had to make a couple.
Okay, were you for or against?
Four.
Okay, council, we're in a very unique position.
Hey guys, you shouldn't be scared to vote. You vote on how you believe. Let's go. Pick your hand up.
Oh, yeah, we're at 3 to
My
3.
goodness.
I have that right. Okay, we're at 3 to 3. Council, we have a unique situation. I am the chairman of TOLA. So that makes me a little bit invested. Therefore, I cannot support it, but Emily and I will pay the fee. How about that? I'm gonna vote against it because I am the chairman, but we'll pay it.
All right, thank you,
Thank
Chair.
you.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
if the motion failed, we're moving on to the next one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, thank you, council. And I appreciate the dialogue. Thank you, guys. Okay, item 9D, discuss and consider a request for George Rossos for the waiver of the fee for the use of the Victory Community Sports Complex to host the South Zone Bronco 2U Pony 4U Regional Tournament set for June 21st and June 24th. This is an action item.
I actually talked to the pony person right now. We're part of Pony, and Pony pays for everything. Pony's not Little League. Little League pays to use our own Pearsall fields. How much did Little League pay?
Let's go Ram, asked the question is how much they paid, the Little League pays.
Little League pays $1,000 to use the fields, to use the actual complex, and then plus electricity.
Okay, so that's one question I have. I know that one time myself came out here with a pony team to make money for a team. Pony is a big organization, you know, it's very costly for your kids to play pony. It's a select organization. The question I had, you know, my kid's involved in it, and is probably gonna be involved with this team. The only question is that I asked Pony, you know, they're hosting a tournament here, and that's very big for Pearsall. It's very big. However, Pony's rich. You know, so the question that I asked is, who pays the entry to the field? And the response that I got is that Pony has a contract, the host pays, and the host gets 100% of the gate fees. So that is my thing. I am very straightforward, I am fair, I am for the kids 100%. If anybody knows me, I have kids at my house every day. I just took in a little boy as well today. But the thing is that I wanna make these decisions that is right for our taxpayers, and that Pearsall gets the very best out of things like this. Yes, will they still host it here? I'm sure they will. And they will bring a lot of heads to bed. But if Little League did not ask us to waive any fees, I can't do this either.
Okay, all right, council, well, at this point, we've got action items, so I'm gonna ask for a motion in a second, and we'll see where this one
Mayor,
goes.
Mayor, in all fairness to the council members, on page 186 is a request. So if you get a chance, just, if you wanna take a minute to review the request, it's on page 186.
Also, the thicker packet that I just handed out, Mr. Rhodes, they don't want to even summarize how much the fees are gonna be waived for the 4-day tournament.
I have some comments.
Okay, at this point, we still don't have a motion, I'm gonna go ahead and allow another comment.
Actually, I was hoping he'd be here, but, you know, as much as I like to see, the communities thrive and host tournaments, it's not getting because we participated in some years past, and, you know, it brings a lot of revenue, it does, and puts beds on heads on beds, and, but as Councilwoman, Rodriguez was saying, you know, the gate fee. I mean, you're talking about, it might be a 2 or 3 day tournament,
$10,000.
but you're looking at about $20, you know, for every person that goes in, $20.
2-year-old and ups get
You know,
charged.
so that's a lot of money that would be being profited. And to me, I just hope it goes back to the organization, not just the 2 teams that are there locally. You know, that's my concern.
That's what I was gonna ask Councilwoman Rodriguez. Can this, at any point, anything go to the city? It has to go back to Pony League, even though it's our facility?
So we can always make like, I was just talking to the director of Southwest High School, and he's the director of Pony for our region. So and he's also a coach at Southwest. And he told me that, I said, hey, does Southwest charge for the fields? And he says, they don't, but I have to pay them. They don't charge Pony. So everything like he said, Pony is in contract with all these communities. Honda hosts one, Castroville hosts one, but the person throwing it gets 100% of that gate fee.
The teams have entry fees, regardless whether they're undefeated or whatever.
They pay $500 to go in.
They all go in and it goes back to
So
the pot.
it kind of goes, if you guys remember my earlier statement, is where it goes. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a vote as it stands, for a motion in a second.
Second.
Okay, there is no motion yet. I'm gonna ask for a motion in a second.
That's to pass it. We won't.
Yeah. Do I not hear a motion? Okay, I'm gonna go a motion, we won't go to first. Okay, I'm gonna say motion dies, a line item dies for a lack of a motion. All right.
Can a motion be made to deny?
I mean, there's a lack of a motion, it's,
There's a lack of a motion, it dies, but to answer the question, you can always entertain a motion to deny.
I'm gonna say the lack of a motion, I call in for a motion, is there a motion? Okay, there being no motion, denied, okay? All right, moving on to item 9E. Discuss and consider resolution 200401, a resolution authorizing the support of expanded access to high-speed internet access and broadband for residents, businesses, and entities located in the city of Pearsall. This is an action item. So, council, it's 7:09, and note that Councilman Leal has arrived.
Thank you.
This is an action item. Excuse me, so I'm gonna call for a motion in a second. Another motion, please. Motion by Councilwoman Fernandez, a second by Councilwoman Garza. At this point, I'm gonna turn the floor over to the city manager.
Mayor and council, I'll be brief for this. All we're asking is approval of this resolution. What we want to do is send this resolution once it's approved to our elected officials. We have, on page 188 of the resolution, we know we have, a fairly decent internet provider in Spectrum. I think provides services to a lot of customers here in Pearsall. All we're asking is for more competition. And so by looking at page 188, we know that there's also federal dollars that are coming out. I believe it's $42 million for the state of Texas for additional broadband internet capacity. So we're asking on that end, we just want to have a little share of those $42 million and ask for your support and hopefully providing some more competition for internet and broadband here in Pearsall.
Councilors, any questions for the city manager? Hearing none, we've got a motion and a second. I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, council. Next is action item 9F, discuss and consider amendment to the consulting service agreement between the city of Pearsall and Community Services LLC for local occupancy tax and administration. This is an action item. I'm gonna call for a motion. I have a motion by Councilwoman
Second.
Hernandez. I have a second by Councilwoman Talamontes. City manager, the floor is yours.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this amendment to an agreement we have is with Avenue. I believe they're an LLC, but nonetheless, they basically help collect and administer our hotel occupancy tax. And as you can see in the report, what we did is we provided the amendment to the agreement. And it's on a year-to-year basis, but what they do in essence is they audit hotels here in the city. And the audit, if you can see in past years, have been productive to the city as far as collecting on hotel taxes that we probably wouldn't have collected on. So it's been a good service for the city. We'd like to continue that. So we're asking for your approval tonight.
And they do get, there's some, and I think the mayor had asked a question for this, and I didn't put it on put it in the packet, but if I can find the
Yeah.
agreement. In essence, I believe it's maybe.
Yeah, council, the cost of this, as you can see, we generated 15,000 for review of the hotel motel tax, and the cost is $2,000 per hospital, per hotel. So it roughly cost us about 8,000 annually, plus a $250 annual fee, and this year it generated 15,000, and it's kind of putting the hotels on notice like we're watching.
Right. So that's basically primarily is for the audit of hotels, and so we determine, as a staff, the hotels that are gonna, and we try to spread the audits out. I mean, it's not just, unless we get folks that are continuously not paying or not, paying their true amount of taxes owed, we go in there and maybe look at them year to year, but that, yes.
I have a question, Mayor.
Council, yes, Councilwoman Rodriguez.
So we did this a few years ago,
Mhm.
where we would go and put the hotels on notice because they weren't paying us.
Mhm.
So this
It's
wouldn't be
year
the
to year.
first time.
It's
So
a
this is
year to
the
year.
same thing?
It's the
I
same
think
thing.
this is the fourth year.
This is, I think we've done it since 2018, I believe.
Correct.
2018, so it's been about 4 or 5 years running.
I was here?
You've been, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The approval of year to year has been approved
Because
by
we
council.
had caught like a lot of them not paying.
We do have some that don't. They do pay, but they're not paying. There's things that are left off, and the purpose of the audit is sometimes they have exemptions that aren't truly exemptions that
Yeah,
they
I kinda
catch.
remember this,
So,
okay.
but that's part of that, yes.
Well, I think this is good. Saves us time in fighting for the money and we'll get it faster than usual.
Council, we have a first and a second. Is there any other questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item 9G, discuss and consider resolution number 20230402, authorizing the city manager to provide information and finalize the sale of the city parking lot previously approved by city council. I'm gonna ask for a motion in a second.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Leal, may I have a second? Second by Councilwoman Garza, city manager, the floor is yours.
Yes, simple, this is the abstract office is asking for this for closing. So just basically giving us authorization to move forward with the sale of the parking space. And that, this resolution take care of that.
Motion approved. Yes.
Cheers.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, allow me to call for the vote first, please. We have a motion and a second. Asking for any other questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Or raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. At this point, council, it is now, we're moving to executive session. It is 7:15. I'll remind council, please leave your cell phones here, and
I'm gonna give y'all 10 minutes.
I can't guarantee it. We will be back momentarily. I can't guarantee it.